y'all. We back to form, back to life, back to reality. And this time we're going over the events of chapter 332 in My Hero Academia. Chapter title: New Model Hypersonic Intercontinental Ballistics. Golly, that's a mouthful. But yeah, we're back with Stars and Stripes, and we start off with a flashback of her, dealing with the fact that she can't increase her own strength because that's just a extent of her power, so it's incomparable to All Might. And she's in here questioning herself, and she's heard it plenty of times saying maybe it's just because it's your innate abilities, maybe it's just because you're a woman. And I think in this text bubble she's mentioned this to her crew, the people around her, and they're like, man, shut up. It ain't you, it's the quirk, and you can't help that. Everybody is human, so we still got your back. You're still strong. Stop comparing yourself to All Might. You don't even need to try catching up to him. You both are already monsters, and we love you. And then we see her solemn, or her face was like, thank God I got these people next to me. They always had my back. And so then we come back to the present. The missiles are coming in hot, and she's getting ready to put it in final position. She's got the lasers just bearing down on Shigaraki, and she's trying to hold him back. And Shigaraki's questioning why does she just come in and finish me off unless she's trying to prepare something that'll totally end it. Trump card. And then he notices like, alright, I guess we're both gonna have to go for a gamble. And then Stars is like, let's go ahead and end this. And let's go ahead and end this. And they're both thinking the same thing. And so she reaches out, and her cloud form reaches out too. She is up, counting down, and then catches the missiles incoming, transforms her order, and gives a new order out. And then she sets a new rule for the missiles. And as she's doing this, she lets go of the laser. Shigaraki flies up and gets ready to head to Stars and Stripes. And then Stars and Stripes comes down, turns the missiles into a fist, balls it up, and then punches it, and it literally nukes the entire area. And she also names it the same thing for the chapter. So yeah, we get this huge panel of the impact of the punch, and we see her in the middle of it and the shockwaves going around her. And after it dissipates, everybody's asking him what's the status, and we see Endeavor still flying over there, noticing everything from a glance. Stars and Stripes falling back, and we see the damage done, and then next thing we know, we see Shigaraki flying out. And boy, does he look dismembered, and oh my God, he just looks like a walking skeleton. But that regeneration is still going and kicking in, and he ends up avoiding the huge nuke. And he then explains what his thinking was, and that he figured she was up to something, so he decayed the ground below him just as the punch was coming down, and if he would have been a millisecond late, then it would have been fatal. And he ended up using a Domu as a decoy for the punch. That way he could retreat back. And then the squadron then tries to cover Star, and it just doesn't work. Shigaraki finds his way around him and uses his attacks, flies straight up to her, and then basically explains that, oh yeah, your quirk is mine. And the pilots in there are basically telling Star, go ahead and do it. Destroy us. We'll sacrifice ourselves. Go ahead and try and end Shigaraki right now. And she's just like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't just sacrifice my people who had my back this entire time. So then we ended off with Shigaraki grabbing her face, and basically that's a Dondada. That's the end of the chapter, and that's a Dondada for Stars and Stripes. As fast as she came, she left. which we all knew, because that's how you increase the stakes in a story like this. And if it's to be the final story arc per se of My Hero, then this is what was gonna inevitably happen. So now it seems like Shigaraki, all for one, whoever this dude is, he's got a hold of New Order, and it's basically a wrap unless Deku's new quirk and his friends can do something about it. And I feel like in these next chapters to come over the next months, it's just gonna be hell. And my God, a lot of people might die. But Horikoshi doesn't hold back on killing characters, so this is gonna be a pretty epic arc, bro. But that's pretty much it. Let me know what y'all think of this chapter. What y'all liked, what y'all disliked. Did he do a good job explaining stuff? Let me know. Like the video, follow me if you want to. If not, then that's cool. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.